Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before and haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We are incredibly close to 5,000 subscribers. It's awesome. I think we're less than 120 away. So jump in here, come in here, join us in the Knicks-Verse with this, especially on a day like today, where the New York Knicks extended their road streak to 3 in a row. They're coming back home to play the Bulls tomorrow. After beating the Detroit Pistons 104-102, they let a 21-point lead slip away. Yes, they did. They even let the Pistons tie us, but in the end, it was actually the vets that actually pulled this game out at the end with a tremendous steal by Alec Burks. That's right, the fourth quarter assassin is back. Alec Burks with the pull-ahead corner three, assisted by Julius Randle, and game-sealing steal at the end off of Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham was going to spin. He was in the paint, and Burks swiped the ball away from him. Beautiful play to hold on to the win. It was after a very shaky 45-point second half. They came out, they were like blazing in the first quarter, and then got cold. They may have, maybe the road trip got to them, maybe too much South Beach from Friday lingering. Who knows what the reason was, but the team definitely looked like they lost interest in this game to some degree. And the Pistons have been playing better of late. It's what happens. You know, at the beginning of the season, the Pistons were a total disaster. They were a mess. I remember in preseason as well. But as the games went along, they've improved. They're still below us in the Eastern Conference where they should be. But they have been giving their young players a lot of time, and they've been developing. Cade's been coming on. Saddiq Bey, a second-year player, he's been coming on lately too. Actually, he's still pretty inefficient, but he's had a nice month or so recently. The team's just been playing better, and they even beat the Wizards not that long ago. But today, it was an afternoon game Sunday, and the Knicks were able to hang on. I'll tell you, they were able to hang on, though, for a lot of reasons. One of them is Immanuel Quickley. Look at this. Keith tweeted this out during the game, Quickley showcasing his leadership skills, coaching up his second unit. Great to see, Knicks. They could also have been checking social media. We don't know. Hopefully not, because we know how Thibs feels about his guys tuning into social media. He knows it's a reality, but this is a nice thing to see. Quickley and his unit getting it together to try to be on the same screen. Let's put it that way. Page is, well, I guess we can say page still. Here we go. Look at this. You can see the 21-point lead, and then basically the second half they scraped it together. They pulled it out. I mean, the Pistons definitely were trying to come back, and you can even see we even built a nice little cushion towards the fourth quarter. But it got kind of shaky, and that's, I believe, around the point when the vets came back into the game. And by vets, I mean Randle and Burks. And they actually had a nice close to the game in the fourth quarter. Julius, before that, definitely, it was his first game back in a while. I believe he missed 2 games, or maybe 3. I can't remember exactly. I think he missed 2 games. His first game back, so of course he's going to be a little bit rusty. You'd expect that, but he did not have an efficient day. Either did RJ Barrett. However, RJ did hit some big, tough buckets, and we'll get into it. Same with Randle. Randle hit a couple of nice threes. Actually, 1 3 that was really key, and RJ finished the game high with 21 points. Again, shooting about 39%. Same for Randle. You know, you want them to be up in the 45% range for field goal percentage for sure, especially high usage guys like them. But look at RJ. 9 rebounds to tie for the lead on the team with Mitch. Mitch was back in the starting lineup. He, however, I have a feeling his back might still be bothering him a little bit here and there, but he did play because he's not quite his regular self. Look, only 1 of 3 field goals, 9 rebounds. He did get an assist, which is nice. Fournier, gotta shout out Fournier. Even though Fournier I don't think played at all in the fourth quarter, he had a nice game. Even though statistically he only shot 33% from 33%. Overall, 30%, but he had a nice runner, a nice runner. He had a nice two nice passes. And in that third quarter, when the Pistons were making their push to close the gap and actually try to take the lead, Randall found Fournier twice for corner threes. One on the left corner and then one on the right corner that were big buckets to help give a little cushion at the time in that game. And that was actually very important because when the Pistons were making that run, it looked like they could just topple us over, and we've seen it before. We've seen the Knicks fold before in that respect, and those two big threes really helps kind of like slow them down and let the Knicks kind of catch up, kind of get their bearings back, get their focus back. Alec Burks, though, tremendous game for him. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 of 6 overall. When he drove in to the paint and finished and actually made the bucket high off the glass early in that first quarter, he actually made a layup. I had a feeling he was going to have a good game, and he did. Shot 3 of 5 from the three-point line, a big three-point bucket, like I said, in that corner three that was the game-winning, I think, bucket, and then the game-sealing steal was just fantastic. I'm really happy for him as well. And but Immanuel Quickley, man, that guy, his energy, outstanding. 4 of 9 from the three-point line, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in 31 minutes. His two-point game wasn't so great. Only hit 2 of 6 of those, but he still was able to impact the game in a winning way. I mean, that's it. And even though Deuce also didn't have a good offensive game, missed all of his shots, 0 for 6, 0 for 5 from the three-point line. He did play some good defense, some scrappy defense. In terms of defense, though, I'm beginning to worry about RJ's defense. He's and I think a lot of that could come down to just the minutes load. I told you guys that he has actually covered more distance than any other NBA player since the beginning of this year. Since New Year's Eve, that New Year's Eve game against Charlotte. He's leading the league in most distance covered, and he's up there in the top, I can't remember exactly right now, but definitely in the top 10 at least, maybe even top 5 in total minutes. I know for a stretch there, he played 7 40-minute games in a row. This could be just that, and that I see it more so with RJ than with other players, that when he plays too many minutes, his efficiency just drops off, and it carries over from game to game in terms of inefficiency. So let's hope that tonight he played 36 minutes, which is still a lot. But at least it's not 42, which is where he's been before. I really would like to see that around 32 minutes for him, and then save those nights when he has it, when he's on. He's lighting it up, and the team needs to have him on the floor. That's when you want him to be out there for 40 minutes. But on games where it's not necessary, let's keep those minutes around 32. That's, I think, the optimal range. That's not based on any actual data or analytics. It's just a guesstimate, just based upon what I've been seeing from him lately. So let's hope we can do that. But Alec Burks, nice bounce back game. I hope that I hope that Burks and Randall can string several good games like that in a row for the remainder of the season to up their value, to have them traded over the offseason. Randall still has to go as far as I'm concerned. I know that'll be difficult, but we outlined, Keith and I, several different trade partners, destinations for him. If you haven't watched that, it was a live stream, but I replayed it. It's very informative. It gives you 4 different landing spots. Definitely should check that out. Nick should definitely be interested in finding a new home for him, because Obi Toppin, look at him. In fact, I think there are more timeouts called after an Obi Toppin dunk than any other player in the NBA who comes off the bench. Just another guesstimate. Just feels like that. Look at him, 4 of 6. He did miss his 2 3-pointers. Though one of them looked good. I can't remember what the other one looked like, but still 10 points. Electrifying. Got some nice steals. Actually, let's see what his steals were. He only got credited with 1 steal. He got credited with a block. He finished a +3. Jericho Sims, another solid game, even though the points weren't there. 8 rebounds, some big rebounds, an assist, a nice steal, a block. Did commit 1 turnover, not a big deal. +6 for him, +3 for Toppin. +9 for Quickley. Deuce still finished even. RJ a +1. You can see how tight that was. Randall a -1. Mitch -4. Burks a -3. And a Fournier a -1. We probably should have won this game, at least by double digits. But you know what? Third game of the road trip. Friday night was very intense, especially after the post-game comments that Thibodeau made. And I'm sure the players heard about it. I'm sure it's been a topic of discussion. And it takes you off the focus of the game itself. I think they kind of let go of the rope in that towards the close of the half. Randall had a very poor close of the first half, and that kind of let Detroit kind of get back in it, feel confident that if they just had a run in them that they could kind of overtake us. And playing at home, they had that confidence, and they almost did it. But credit to the whole team for at some point everyone that played today at some point contributed positively. But at the same time, there were definitely defensive breakdowns, backdoors that shouldn't have been given. Marvin Bagley just basically he hurt Randall and Mitch and Sims to a big extent. 11 of 14, even hit a three-pointer. 27 points for Marvin Bagley. Yeah, that's there you go. Once again, another a guy that doesn't really perform night in, night out, has a big game against the Knicks. Thankfully, this was not at the Garden to rub that salt in the wound there. But you can see this was not an efficient night shooting for Detroit from the three-point line. They only hit 8 of 29 for 27%. We hit 13 of 41. We got off to a good start for the three-point line, and that kind of faded off. Again, that reeks to me of just being tired, not just necessarily just physically, but just mentally, kind of like needing an end to something. But they have no break. They fly back to New York tonight, or right now they could be on the plane, and they play the Bulls tomorrow night. So it's going to be tough. Even though we won the rebounding war, we got beat. Actually, we made a nice comeback. We were getting crushed in the paint in the first three quarters. We still finished behind -12 in the paint. They beat us 52-40. Free throw line was our friend tonight. Hit almost 80% from the free throw line. Went to the stripe 29 times, and the Pistons only went 18 times. Like I mentioned, rebounds. We won that battle. Assists. Remember the beautiful 30 assists we had the other night? It was down to 19. A lot of that is because in the last three quarters, the Knicks just were not making buckets, making jumpers, and that impacts the assist total. There were some nice moves made. There were some easy bunnies missed by Randall. Randall missed some bunnies. Mitch missed a couple of putbacks. What else? RJ had a very tough time. He got blocked here and there. He was having just a tough time overall, but he gutted it out. He was able to get much needed points when we needed them. See, that's a big difference in RJ this year from RJ the past two seasons. When he has the ball in his hands and we need a bucket, we desperately need a bucket, he's gotten much better at delivering that. Does he still have a long way to go? I do. To be like a superstar or like an all-star, he needs to be a little more consistent with that, but he's getting there. He had some nice drives, a nice high kiss off the glass. He had from the left side, from the right side, just from all over. I feel like he was getting fouled and he wasn't getting calls, but sometimes it's because he was kind of like fading away from the hoop with his final move as opposed to going towards the hoop, where it's much harder to avoid calling a foul. I'm talking about the refs. So he's definitely been a little bit of a concern lately in terms of his efficiency, but I do think that it's just a matter of minutes management. I think it really is. And also he's, with Randall not on the court the past couple of games, he was getting double teamed, sometimes even triple teamed. They were trying to make him take shots that he didn't want to take. And he's adjusting. He's in the adjustment phase. This is what happens when you start becoming the center of gravity. Now you have to learn how to adjust to that. So it's kind of it's always counter moves. And he's in that phase right now of learning it, but he's still delivering points and making plays for other people, and the rebounding. The rebounding is still there. So shout out to him for that. Absolutely. Well, nice win, man. Nice win. Let's see. In the last 10 games, Immanuel Quickley is averaging in the last 10 games 26.4 minutes per game, 15 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and almost 4.5 assists per game. On 40% shooting from the three-point line, 45% overall. That's in the last 10 games compared to, for the season, he's shooting 39% overall, and now he's up to 45% in the last 10 games. For the season, he was shooting 34.5% for the three-point line, but last 10 games, about 40%. So he has really come on strong. He's averaging 15 points per game, where he was averaging 10 before in the last 10. Now, Obi, last 10 games, where he's averaged 19 minutes per game. He's at 10.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, 60% from the field, 38% from the three-point line in the last 10 games. Compared to 25%, nice. That's a big 13% jump. That if Obi can stay in that 38% range for a whole season, he will have a tremendous year wherever he ends up playing. If he's not with the Knicks next season, we don't know at this point, but I hope he is, and I hope he's doing that in orange and blue. Even his field goal percentage for the season, he's at 52.2%, but in the last 10 games, he's at 60.4%. Excellent. I'm very happy for him. His 10-point total is at 10.7, like I said, which he's averaging 7.5 during the year. He has fully taken advantage of the extra minutes that he's gotten in the past 10 games. I applaud him for that. He's showing that he's someone that should be an integral part of the rotation, and he's someone that should definitely deserve, like I said in the pregame show, he should average 20 points a game, 22 points a game on average. He should. I would prefer him even more than that. But, with Randall around, it's difficult. But if they ever played them together, maybe we can get those extra minutes. That's what I would. But he has to hit that three-point shot. For small ball to work, Obi has to hit his three-point shot. And he's been doing it lately. So maybe we might see some small ball towards the close of the year. Sims in the last 10 games, he's averaging 17 minutes a game, 3.5 points, 5 rebounds on almost 80. He's at 84% field goal percentage. All of those are up, obviously, because his minutes are up, but the field goal percentage is a sweet number, 84.2%. Love it. Knicks in the last 12 games are 8-4, 3-0 road trip. They are now, they are, let's see, in the play-in race, they're still behind Atlanta, 4.5 games with 7 games to play. It's going to be a miracle to get into the play-in. You guys know I obviously prefer that they don't get into the play-in, but in that exactly what's happening right now. But I wish there was more focus on the kids, even when the vets are available. I still want to see the kids play more. And we got a little taste of it when Randall was out, but let's see if we can see a little more of that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. Almost at 5,000. Drop your comments. I love the comments. All right. I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.